What's up, everybody? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kandi's Wedding, Episode 4. Kind of off today. I'm still having car problems. That's why I didn't do my video yesterday. I just cannot really focus on anything right now. I'm pissed. I have to go back to the place that supposedly fixed my car yesterday, and yeah, it's a lot. So we're doing this video, but it's a little bit under duress. That's why I'm not doing Love and Hip Hop today, because I'm not really in the mood to do all of my regular antics, and I feel like Kandi's episode didn't really have much happening in the shit anyway, so I can just kind of get through this video. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting week. I know people don't even be wanting to hear all of the shit, the explanations at the beginning of the video. I know before I used to make videos, I used to always be like, well, nobody care about all that. Are you gonna do the fucking video or not? It's not excuses. It's just, I'm just telling you guys, because people be wondering why I ain't posted videos and all of that. So that was just a 411. Just regular real life issues. I just really wish that my weeks could go smoothly all week. Like last week was a smooth week, and you see I was able to get up 5 videos. This week, not so much. So anyway, you guys, let's get to it, shall we? So the word for today and for this episode and for this video is passive aggressive. Can you say that with me? Passive aggressive. That is the description of Kandi. And you guys know, y'all know Kandi has always been my girl. I really liked Kandi, and I still do. However, this episode just gave me a little bit of issue with Kandi. She is very much passive aggressive, and I don't like those kind of people, because I always feel like they're taking the back door to something. Okay, we saw her do it with the Mother's Love play. Instead of telling Joyce, you know, how she's affected by Joyce's antics, she puts out a play that says everything. We've seen her do it countless times with Todd. She's even done it with Carmen. And you know, this whole shit with this prenup was rubbing me all the way wrong. So I still like Kandi, but I do not like that quality in her, and I don't like that quality in other people. Okay, say what the fuck the shit is, or don't say shit at all. Don't be coming at me from somewhere else. Okay, just tell me what it is so we can deal with it. All right, so yeah, first the bullshit. 3 days before the wedding, she's trying to get her hair together. She goes to talk to Derek J. I am so 100% tired of this corny theme of the coming to America is her wedding. That's what she wants to do, fine. But I'm going to have to draw the line at this hair. Okay, now, you know, she wants to do her hair like the girl's hair. Now, we already know how her hair was, and thank you, Jesus, that it wasn't like that, and maybe she was just saying it for the show, or maybe somebody talked her out of that shit. But when she said she wanted to have her hair done like how Vanessa Bell Armstrong had her hair done in Coming to America, I was just like, girl, if you fucking walk out there with that damn canicolon or whatever the fuck that synthetic hair is called, you know, in a 58-inch ponytail, for real, no, that is not cute. That is not the business. That shit was only for the movies. So I was just like, girl, I cannot with you in this movie and this hair and all of this. And as far as Joyce not knowing why Sharon went off on her, I was just like, I can't. Joyce really, you know, she was just like, she didn't understand what got into her. And Kandi was just like, you got into her, mama. You the one that started that shit. You don't want Sharon to call you a bitch. Okay, however, you have called her a hoe and a prostitute. I watched the Watch What Happens live with Andy after Kandi's show. This is another time when the word passive aggressive comes in, when Kandi tries to explain to us that she did not even realize that her mom said that she was a hoe. I don't think she said prostitute. She either said, yeah, she said prostitute to Kandi. And Kandi said that she didn't even realize that she had said that because she was just focused in on her talking about the dead daddy. And, you know, then she even throws in there, you know, kind of on the slide that Sharon has said some things about Joyce in the past, too. So she just kind of doesn't really pay attention to that. And I was just like, okay, Kandi, fucking bullshit. I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, but we all got a little bit of sense. And I know you heard that. Just go on and say that you didn't say anything to Todd because you knew that Sharon was going to be around your mama eventually, and you was trying to cut down on all that drama. Okay, but for you to say you didn't hear it and then try to throw the shit off, I mean, fuck. Of course Sharon said something about Joyce. Wouldn't you say something about Joyce too? She was talking about your child the way that she was. I'm sure Sharon wasn't coming at Joyce originally just for no reason. You know, Joyce going by what the fucking streets told her instead of getting to know somebody. So, yeah, you're going to miss me with that because I know for a goddamn fact that you know that lady called her a prostitute. And I totally understand why Sharon is mad at the fact now because, you know, she didn't get to have her chance to say something to Joyce. Joyce on camera saying all this shit about, man, please. Then we get on the talk of, you know, the opportunist, okay? Derek J says that Todd is an opportunist. And then we get a whole new spin on things, okay? Not only is Todd an opportunist, but everybody's an opportunist. Which I agree. Yes, everybody is always looking for a step in the goddamn door. So there's nothing wrong with that. Opportunist always just sounds a little bit more negative. So Kenny was just like, yeah, mama, if you think that everybody is an opportunist, then why do you go so hard on Todd? And Joyce put that shit to her plain. Well, when the player get on base and they hit that home run, I don't want him to go off and marry one of them white girls. Oh, you know what I'm saying. I was just like, that fucking made no sense. Okay, that goddamn Joyce been to the school of Aunt Bertha. For this episode, you guys, I'm gonna try to give Joyce a little bitty tiny bit of a pass, okay? And only because we had one little touching scene in the episode when they go and visit the son at the grave. You guys know that Joyce had a son, I think when he was 22, they said he was 22 years old or something. He was in a car accident in Mexico. He was killed. I think Kandi said she was 14, 15, 16, somewhere in there. So, yeah, and it was a touching enough scene. I mean, you know, no parent wants to bury their child. I'm sure that is still something that affects both of them to this day. And, you know, I totally understand that. So, you know, and it was nice to see the other side of Joyce that I used to like Joyce a long time ago. So it was kind of refreshing to see her just not always just so fucking evil and mean and, you know, and just funky all the time. So yeah. But I want to point out one thing that somebody did point out to me. Okay, and this ain't nothing but just, I want you to just notice that Kandi's last name is Barres, brother's last name was Riley, Joyce's last name is Jones. Okay, listen, I'm not saying nothing other than maybe Joyce is a little bit more familiar with them streets than we know. Alright, you guys, what else? The Bachelorette and the Bachelor Party, you know, it was cool or whatever. If I was going to judge between the two that I would have rather been at, I think Todd's was the winner, okay? Kandi's was kind of on some bullshit. I mean, you know, it was fun. It was cute. You know, they had the games. The games looked fun, and I really did love the damn jello shots and the dick, you know, and this whole talk about dick. Why I can't get comfortable with, now I can say dick on here all day, and I had no problem. Dick, 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 dick. Dick. But when I see it on TV, it just still makes me uncomfortable to see it prime time. I just can't get with it. You know, dick, nuts. They were saying all that. I was just like, what? But anyway, y'all. Yeah, Kandi's bachelorette party was cute enough, but nothing, you know, they had I'm not supposed to call them midget. She had the little lady, the little person, and she also had the very big girl, you know, because Phaedra represents all these exotic dancers in Atlanta. And, you know, everybody's got their one that they like. Okay, so we had the little person and the big girl. Whatever. I was thinking about my damn bachelorette party. I know y'all ain't really trying to hear all that, but yeah, my bachelorette party was so much fucking fun. Oh my god. You know, my bridesmaids, I had 10 bridesmaids, and they had this big party for me, and we had the piñata, and it was filled with all the sex toys and candies and shit, and we got the limo, y'all. We went to the fucking Right Track. You know, that was a strip club back in the day, y'all, in LA. I don't even know if the Right Track is still there, but you know, back in 98, the Right Track was fucking happening. Okay, y'all, they had Booyah. Y'all remember Booyah? And they had Quiet Storm. I think Quiet Storm is dead now, but yeah, this is back in the day when, you know, when the strippers had some, you know, some build, some girth, and strong big men, okay? Not these old little ass scrawny motherfuckers that they got today that look like they got the package. So, yeah, so we went there, y'all. We had a good old fucking time. I mean, I'm talking about just stone drunk. The night that I was there, they had this guy, he was visiting from, I think, the Oakland area, the Bay Area, and his name was Hennessy. And oh my God, when I tell you that the motherfucker, oh my God, he was just so wonderful. Back then, the strippers used to be able to fucking do, man, I mean, they used to get on the ceiling. Do you understand? I'm talking about they was on the ceiling holding on to the damn, rafters and shit. I was just like, oh my God, we had so much fun. My girlfriend Debbie, I can't even believe I'm supposed to tell the story, but she was so drunk. She was having her ass a good ass time. The next morning, she come calling me talking about, I think somebody stole like $200 out my purse. I was like, bitch, motherfucker ain't stole no money. You was making it rain. That nigga had one of the damn strippers was giving out these fucking teddy bears. All the strippers smell the same. They must spray the same fucking cologne in the back. Some old cheap ass shit. She had all these fucking teddy bears and she took on. She was like, oh, it just stinks in here. I was just like, girl, you was loving it up last night. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm telling all my business. My husband had a bachelor party and that kind of shit doesn't bother me. Like, I feel like you should have a good time at your bachelor party or your bachelorette party because this is the last little hurrah, right? I've heard stories about my husband's bachelor party. They had a lot of strippers, which I was cool with. I mean, I feel like you trust your mate. Everybody knows where the line should be drawn. I ain't say you couldn't touch it, poke at it, or whatever, but niggas, we ain't exchanging no bodily fluids, so don't lick, don't kiss, and don't fuck. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But everything else you can do, hey, it's all good because I ain't got time to be worried about all that shit. Okay, I'm such a cool wife, y'all. I don't know why people don't understand that some goddamn times. Y'all should be married to me. I done got totally off the show, didn't I? How long? I done talked about that shit for 3 minutes. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get back to the whatever we was talking about. I was so tired of this prenup talk. This again is the epitome of the passive aggressiveness in Kandi, and yeah. I just can't understand why you would wait till 2 days before your wedding to give such an important document to somebody else. Well, I can't understand why she did it because she's the one with the money, okay? So she's only concerned with protecting herself. If she was on the other end, then she would have definitely been demanding that prenup a little bit ahead of time. And I know that when she was on Watch What Happens Live, that she said that Todd didn't even get his lawyer until 2 days before. And yeah, I was kind of thinking like, okay, that was really kind of not good on his end too. But then I started thinking like, why would the nigga get a damn lawyer, retain a lawyer, have to pay a lawyer for some shit that ain't even ready yet? Bottom line is you ain't had the shit ready, the final document ready until 2 days before the wedding. Todd was waiting for the final, and yeah, I just feel like maybe they both made some mistakes. However, I feel like Kandi's was definitely the greater of the two. Then for you to have such inconsiderate language in there, okay, yeah, if you guys break up, he has to move in 30 days, or if, she dies and he doesn't get anything. Listen, understand that prenups is the business part of a marriage, okay? The business part of a marriage is not always pretty. This is exactly why the prenup should be taken care of way ahead of the wedding, when everybody is rational and clear-headed, because the stress level increases exponentially as the days get closer to your wedding. Anybody who had a nice size wedding, or any wedding, can let you know that the shit gets stressful. You're emotional. So when you get closer, you're not really thinking clearly. And it's hard to talk about business matters when you are distracted and emotional and shit like that. So I was 100% with Todd with his concerns, okay? It's just like, you throw this shit at me today and you think I'm just supposed to just sign. No, this is not an Apollo situation. I got more fucking sense than Apollo. Speaking of Apollo, did y'all see when Todd was talking to all his male friends at the table? I was just like, oh. Let me tell you something. Roxanne loved to see some, for real grown men sitting together, camaraderie. Okay, hanging out, talking, okay, smoking a cigar and discussing life events and shit. And everybody was well groomed. And, they was big guys, some of them, but they was all nice looking. I was just like, oh, y'all better get together. I was just like, oh, yeah, Todd, yeah, this is all a good little batch of men. I know one of them was a little, a little suspect or whatever, but hey. It's all good. And you know, you could have a suspect friend. That don't mean anything. You know, everybody else can be all right. But yeah, I was totally okay with all the you know, I'm off track again. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me look at my notes. The night of the rehearsal, I was very, very impressed with what they had done with La Fedodos. They had totally transformed the place. It had all the curtains hanging. They had the stage in the middle, like they said. Everything was white and pristine and beautiful, and lights, and you could just tell that it was going to even be more gorgeous, sir. I know that's not a word, but you could tell it was going to be nicer the next day. Everybody is there, you know, and shit is still not together. Like, they don't, you know, the bridesmaids, Rashida and Carmen was talking about how their dresses weren't even ready. You know, Rico Chappelle, again, this could be for just dramatics of the show. Something tells me, though, you know how your cousins do. Sometimes y'all just can't get that shit together until the very last fucking minute. All these things add to some stress. Todd gets there with his mom, and the nigga is, you know, he got that fucking hung over it look. Okay, that's the mixture of when you be so fucking mad that you just go out and get extra drunk, and then the next day you hung over, but you still got to deal with the bullshit. Okay, so that's the hung over it. His face is just, it's all in his face. You can tell he's preoccupied about the prenup. You can tell that Kandi is preoccupied about the prenup. It's just that's why I'm just saying that this is never a good time. Shit should be, when you got this kind of money, you dealing with this kind of shit on the table, it should all be done by now. Kandi is not understanding why Todd is in his feelings about this prenup. She was just like, well, what is it that you wanted to say? Todd was just like, listen, I just want it to be a proper document. You know, Todd is keeping it all very business-like, and okay, and Kandi, you know, business is not what she's talking about right now. He was just like, we can talk to our lawyer. So she was just like, well, let's call him then, shit. Okay, so he tries to get his lawyer on the phone, and he can't reach his lawyer. And then when Kandi calls her lawyer, of course, her lawyer is just like, I don't really see the problem. And of course your lawyer is going to say that because that's your fucking lawyer. Hello. Finally, when Todd is able to get his lawyer back on the phone, his lawyer then tells Todd that he doesn't want to talk to Kandi. It would be unethical, and that he needs to speak to her lawyer. And see, this is the whole thing, is why I'm saying you ain't got fucking time a day before the fucking wedding to be going through all this back and forth. If everybody would have got together some weeks ahead of time, okay, we could have scheduled some time, we could have hashed this shit out. You know, the whole, oh, me and Todd have been talking about this for weeks ahead of time, is, it don't matter when you get down to the fucking nitty gritty. Okay, this is a damn legal document that is protecting both of our futures. Okay, this is some shit that's not, we just in a day, you know, throw at me and it's done. She was being really flippant, and the shit was making me mad. We not gonna get married if we don't have no prenup, and we sitting up here arguing about some shit that I don't even understand, because if you know that you worked, I worked, so I'm not even understanding what we are debating here. You know, you be mad when you be looking off to this right over here, ain't nobody over here, but that's where you constantly looking and you pissed off. You not even telling me what it is that should be in it, because when I look at your lawyer's notes, he talking about all these things you work for me, and it's like, you ain't worked on nothing for me that you wasn't getting a percentage of. So it's not like you was just working for me. She was mad. They was both on the phones, and you know, it was a mess, okay, because when we down to the wire like this, we really need to be trying to have as less stress and enjoying ourselves as possible. You know how it is, when you mad, you're not listening, okay? Miscommunication is at an all-time high. And I'm telling you, if it wasn't for the show, and the fact that, you know, the whole fucking world is looking on, if I was Todd, I'd have been like, you know what? Fuck this marriage. I'm not getting married right now. We're gonna have to postpone this until we get the business shit straight. You can't really do that when you got a TV show. And you know, we knew that they was gonna pull it out in the end, but yeah, don't nobody need to be under the crunch and under the wire and, you know, just this type of stress the day before their wedding. So Kandi's all about herself, protecting herself, her money, okay, telling him what do he want her money, and he's like, you know, I don't want your fucking money, okay, can you just really get some fucking sense about what the hell we talking about here? You know, Kandi's girls was kind of the amen crowd, you know, she telling them what he said and what the prenup said and all of that, and you know, they kind of egging her on. Yeah, you know, it was just a mess. Yeah, like I said, Kandi's still my girl, but yeah, you was fucked up for that shit, Kandi. Alright, y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all, whatever I missed out, y'all just leave the shit below in the in the damn comments. Yeah, I can't do it today. I'm about to go cuss a motherfucker out at the I don't feel like it, y'all. I just don't like being nasty and rude and confrontational. I will do it if I have to, but and I'm hoping it don't come to that, but something is telling me that I'm gonna have to get a little ugly right now. So yeah, whatever I missed on the show, y'all just leave it down below. You know, we'll do better with love and hip hop. Hopefully, if I can get the shit up for you guys tomorrow. You guys remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. Channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.